I did it because I wanted to read. I'm going to read so much without making a fool of myself.
Gon' get it back, keep your head above water. Spend a little cash, keep your head above water.
Keep your head above water. Hell yeah, dude. We got episode 23.
Shout out to Michael Jordan.
Damn, bro. Oh, we didn't even get a clap in yet. Shout out to MJ.
Oh,
Damn.
shout out to Michael Jordan. This clap's for you.
Started off with this quote, big boy.
I got to stick to my guns. I put my feelings away. You know, I was about to. When I don't know the song, I don't know how to deliver it.
You sound soft. I put my feelings away.
All right, fine. You're right. We'll run it back. I got to stick to my guns. I put my feelings away.
I gotta stick to my guns. I put my feelings away. I took the ceiling away. Wait.
How do you say his name?
Jeepus. It's like Bitcoin mining or whatever.
Jeepus Creepus?
Jeepus Creepus.
Oh, no. No, it's Gypsy. Gypsy is one of my favorites.
All right. Yeah, we're going to edit out that disrespect because it was just all jokes and chokes.
Yeah.
Shout out to me and Alex's next podcast.
Got to stick to my guns. I put my feelings away. So when I was listening to this song, I was actually just going to go with the chorus, keep your head above water, because that's how everybody's kind of feeling right now, like they're trying to keep their head above water. But as I listen to the song even more, Gypsy comes up with this line, and he's like, I got to stick to my guns, dude. I got to stick to what I know. I got to stick to my convictions, right? I put my feelings away. And so it's like, you know, I think that's a hot topic issue in the world nowadays. You know, people thinking with their feelings instead of with the truths and the facts. And, you know, sometimes you do have to just put your feelings away. Right now, the market is down. People are feeling some type of way. And, you know, Troy and I, when we were kind of discussing this week about what was going on, it was stay true to the conviction. So having conviction means to have a firmly held belief or opinion. When markets go down, they test your convictions. When markets go up, they reward your convictions. At this moment in time, you are being tested on how strong you believe in your convictions. So I want to say this. I have been here before, but this time I was more prepared because of previous failures and lessons I have learned. As I have grown personally in the markets, I've realized as you level up, the bag becomes bigger and it demands a special kind of respect to maintain that wealth in your life. Moving forward, disciplines along with consistency have been the foundation to what I consider main ingredients to any success I have come across. Life is not easy, but nor was it created to be so. Therefore, when life gets hard, then you need to do it hard. Fight for every yard and go the distance because in the end, it is worth it.
We're doing it hard and giving every yard. But shout out to Credible Crypto. He says, if this is your first time experiencing a correction this significant, take it from someone who has been here for 5+ years. This is crypto and it's normal. Yeah. You don't get 50 to 100x gains without insane volatility, and volatility goes both ways.
Yeah.
Keep calm and think rational. Shout out to Credible Crypto. That's why I don't got no feelings no more, right?
That's
Bubba
right.
Crypto?
That's right.
So
no feelings.
That was the vibe.
That's the vibe. You know, I don't know where it was, but there was like a heated debate exchange going on Twitter about about crypto being a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme, and then another guy trying to defend it. And I got on there and I said these simple words. Hey guys, I think it seems as if the people that want to talk trash about crypto right now forget that this market moves both ways. And so it's like when we're down at these levels, people want to start screaming zero. Peter Schiff, shout out to zero. You know what I mean? And it's absolutely ridiculous how you see all these people just leave their convictions because a few people have a few opinions, you know? So I feel like we nailed it on the head this week, man. You guys have got to stay true to your convictions. Cryptocurrency represents freedom, the decentralization of finance, and those are the things that they do not want you to have, because if you do not have the freedom over your finances and you do not have control over them, then they have the ability to soak that value in. And who is they? Talk about governments, talking about corporations. We're talking about big business. You know, people that don't care about the little man or the people, I guess you could say. Instead, what they care about is profit margins and shareholders. So here we are. We're at this point.
Here we are. We're talking they, them. I was wondering, was there a moment in time where you gained full conviction in this industry?
Yes, absolutely. It was when Jack Mallers went up on stage and presented Strike and the partnerships. And during a certain point when his voice got really, really shaky, my heart started pumping with his, because I was watching it live. You remember that there was a live YouTube video, and dude, he couldn't keep his voice calm in the first 5-10 minutes because it was, a room full of people that believe in him. And for me, after I heard him and he was done talking, I thought to myself, that's somebody up there that represents me 100% to the core. Represents you. Represents a lot of people our age that are out here trying to get on their grind, I guess, pursuit of happiness, financial freedom. So that was for me for sure. What about you?
Yeah, I touched on it last week. I was talking about Elon Musk. That was that was what solidified it for me, because like I talked about with the coding and the software, I was like, I have basic coding knowledge, but when Elon Musk was basically showed his conviction, because, at that stage, you can't just be talking about things that could potentially do financial harm. And I was like, okay, this is one of the engineers with like probably the most merit in America right now.
Yeah.
And I would guarantee that before he went out there talking about it, he read the coding, he read the white papers. And when he gave that approval, I was like, okay, makes sense. Now I can trust in it a little more, because, like I said, I know coding, but I don't know how to code the whole financial system and how to remove those human errors in the finance industry.
Absolutely. And touching on the human error part, when you first said that on the podcast, it really struck a chord with me. It was blockchain technology takes out human error utilizing mathematics and algorithms. And when you made that point for me, I was like, that is such a true statement. And what sucks is you watch human error come into play and absolutely, just pummel the market. So here's a great example this week. We got Celsius, we got 3AC. We're going to touch on those topics this week. But let me make this point to you real quick, and I would love for you to share on this, and we'll get into crypto news. This week, Terra and Luna, yes, we understand that happened. That was, a month ago. So, that's a little bit of old news as quick as our market moves. Celsius and 3AC, great examples of humans coming into the markets and ruining it for everybody. And so this week I watched Bitcoin go down. We touched 16K, and during those moments of downward movement, I'm watching Solana either stay stable, move up, or take a dip and then come right back up. And a lot of that, of course, my own opinion, right, is the NFT community creating an ecosystem that can work against the sellers, And once the sellers become too exhausted, you have people utilizing the ecosystem, and then you start turning in buyers. And that's all you need is a successful, healthy ecosystem. And NFT and Solana, great example, really working their butt off trying to make it happen. So with all that being said, I'm kind of curious on your opinion for the past week with Celsius and 3AC. What do you think about what I just said?
Like you were saying with 3AC, basically they were over leveraging and, got caught with their pants down, and got liquidated. And, with everything going on with the regulations coming up, like you said, I don't think that this is really bad for crypto. This is just part of the game. And who wouldn't have thought that it was going to be this drastic, like with things just falling out of the sky?
Yeah.
It's like we're getting the bad players out and keeping the good players. And if you thought that that's what regulation wasn't going to be, I'm not sure what you thought it was. But, it just comes to show what is true about this market and what is not, and all of the softwares, as we continue to call them, are being tested.
That's right.
Of course they're picking apart and making things happen and testing and making sure stable coins are, working. And, our perfect coding is what they say it is, because under extreme conditions, you would assume that coding is going to find the solution.
Yes, exactly. And that's where my faith and my conviction holds strong, is knowing that this is controlled by software and it's controlled by mathematics and it's controlled by algorithms. And knowing that when the human error comes in and gets involved and greed and manipulation becomes part of the characteristics of the markets, you see these volatile swings either way. And this has been a hot topic with USDT and Tether for a long while when they print just to pump the markets. I get it. And it's really tough to figure out a way to regulate this market, but we said it perfect last week. We got to stop trying, or the governments have got to stop trying to regulate the blockchain and start regulating the businesses. Okay, you need to put oversight on these businesses, get the bad players out, get the good players in, and let innovation thrive so we can really build this marketplace. Because let me tell you, this news on Russia that came out today that we didn't put into the article, it just came out today, talking about how they are creating a platform to run on the blockchain to help with their financial structure. Yo, man, this is speaking volumes out here, in my opinion, because it's like these people, these countries, these other nations that understand that the dollar rules the economic world, right? And knowing that the dollar is king, cash is king, they're like, okay, well, there's opportunity to go around it. And what do we think is going to happen if our enemies are coming over here, coming into a market, embracing it, and we're looking at it going, how do we regulate? How do we regulate? It's bad. It's volatile. It's not good for investors. What are you doing, dude? You're literally throwing an opportunity away.
Right. So. And when it comes to finances and talking Russia, it's not like it's a great thing that Russia is going around the punishment, but more so keep in mind that this same protection is given to the Russian citizens who are also using this technology. It's also protecting them from the same exact things. Exactly. It's getting the globe, working together through the internet.
That's right. And, and unfortunately, when governments make bad decisions and Putin does what he did, yada, yada, yada. Yes, the citizens aren't to blame. You're exactly right. So let's not say blockchain is bad because the Russian government is utilizing it to go around sanctions. We got to be looking at it going, okay, well, we definitely need to get involved now because they're figuring out a game that is able to bypass any rules or any laws that are created in the international community, So with all that being said, I feel like this is a great time to get into these crypto news.
So first we had Kraken announcing global hiring push while Coinbase lays off 18% of their employees.
Woo.
So what stood out about the co-founder of Kraken's thread or just the blog in general?
What stood out for me was Jesse Powell kind of showing what it looks like to be a leader. So, he's out here promoting this is what crypto's about, right? I love BitLord's response, and also talk about BitLord's response. BitLord came out with another response to Coinbase today, talking about, hey, yo, this is not what crypto's about. You guys coming in here and taking care of your own pockets and taking care of the CEOs and the top guys and firing off or laying off your labor force is not what crypto's about. We're here to build. And, BitLord's the ultimate, troll. And I love that about him. He gives such good hints on the markets of understanding what's going on. But what he's saying holds so much weight. And I love what he said also in the thread about this with Jesse Powell talking about Kraken. He's like, after reading this, I'm an even bigger fan of Kraken. Crypto culture is number one, and not pandering to identity politics is highly attractive to trade here again. That's sexy, dude. I mean, that's the that you and I with Coinbase, that's our only problem. It's like, hey, who are you really looking after?
Yeah. And I don't even really have a problem with it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll show you my cards, but hey, that's about all you're going to get. And then they're
Yeah.
going to leave the exchange, and I'll be like, hey, my tax guy, it probably appreciates that a
Yeah.
little bit. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, like you said, crypto culture is number one. I also saw that crypto BitLord, that tweet. That's actually why I brought in that 18% layoff, because I thought it gelled good. I was like, look at Kraken going the other way,
Yeah,
being
exactly.
pro crypto and standing for it.
I really appreciate the culture. This is, if you guys want to be a successful business in cryptocurrency or thrive in this culture, take some notes from Kraken and Jesse Powell. This was beautiful.
Right. And if you just take a look at the titles, it gives you like a summary of everything they're about. Belief in the mission is a must. Obviously, everybody on the team has to really believe in the project, or it's being held up in a way.
Yep.
And then the other part, keep up with crypto or fall behind. I mean, hey, this is like the Revenge of the Nerds space race in the finance world. It's pretty nuts. So you definitely don't want to be falling behind, because a second in crypto world is a lot different than the reality of a minute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was a terrible analogy.
No. I know what you mean. It's like dog years, I mean, like cryptocurrency is like a dog compared to the traditional markets being human years. Absolutely. Speaking of which, how fast this market moves. You go from Terra, right? Terra Luna and that crash happening last month in May. And now you got the ghost of Terra waking back up with Celsius. And when I saw this happening with Celsius, dude, there went a chill up my spine that I thought to myself, who does not get it? Greed is not a part of the ecosystem for crypto to be successful. Now, maybe in traditional markets, maybe, I mean, that's y'all's business. In traditional markets, you guys screwed up in 2008. You guys got another shot, a bailout. And then you guys inflated the market and did the same thing, creating artificial growth in the markets again. And here we are in 2022, raising interest rates again. And it was really tough seeing this stuff with Celsius, because it's like, okay, guys, we need to start building again after this whole Terra thing.
Right. And the stuff with Celsius is that they announced the withdrawals, swaps, and transfers were all paused. Or in their words, they said, this was done in order to put Celsius in a better position to honor over time its withdrawal obligations. In service of that commitment and to adhere to our risk management framework, we have activated a clause in our terms of use and will allow for this process to take place. So there's some of that, fake legal jargon when you're just basically pretty screwed. Yeah. And that's what it's going to look like when things are falling out of the sky. You'll see a message like that.
Yeah, I saw Kevin O'Leary was like, yeah, you're about to see Celsius get liquidated. And, Celsius reportedly transferred $320 million worth of crypto to FTX before announcing they would halt all trading and withdrawals on the platform. There was also some rumors out there about Duquan transferring $2 billion before the crash with Terra and Luna. Look, I thought when they were talking about the chick that is representing Celsius, she's in some high position, and
she's a beautiful actress.
Yeah, beautiful actress, whatever, porn star. Look, I wasn't gonna let that be a prejudgment on Celsius. Now, I didn't know anything about Celsius before that.
We're NFT bros. We don't judge the artist.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Or I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But now, when this all came around and about, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, who does not do their homework? Who doesn't just do a Google search real quick and find out? Look, I'm not going to put my money with Mia Khalifa, okay? When Mia Khalifa started buying Dogecoin, I got all out. I sold the whole pot, the whole thing. There are certain keys, certain hints in the universe letting you know that shit is too good to be true, And when you got somebody, I don't know, it is what it is. She got put on blast. The community was like, oh my God.
Was that a pun?
Yeah, oh my God. Wow. Another moment. Wow, that's crazy.
What a moment.
Bringing it back. How did these people get put in charge? I mean, there's people out here that are brilliant minds in the crypto space. And then you watch people come in here and just screw it up for everybody else. Great example, Max Kaiser, when he went to Bitcoin conference. I will always use that for the rest of my life, because this man wants to put himself on a pedestal, and then people want to put him there, but they forget this man embarrassed our community And people that are out here embarrassing us and really what we stand for, it's a damn shame, dude. So Celsius, you better be praying to God you're getting your ass out of this. Nick Carter, shout out to our guy. He comes out and he's like, Canada's second largest pension fund invested in a $400 million equity round of financing for Celsius in October 2021. A pension fund. Now, it was 1% of their pension of the entire fund. I get that. Okay, small risk. Okay, that's whatever. But a pension fund, you're taking a pension fund and you're giving it and putting it into the hands of an exchange instead of buying the actual blockchain, the actual software, the actual coins, tokens, the utility. You're going to go put your money into the hands of an exchange, and we're this early in the markets. This is what I'm talking about, dude. How do we hold people accountable? Well, the blockchain's a good opportunity, And thank God we have Bitcoin and
Blockchain
Ethereum.
holds you accountable.
But
the blockchain holds you accountable. I just knew I messed that up, so I just went up with it again.
You're good. But it's a little ridiculous that we're giving power to people in the crypto, or these people are gaining power in the cryptocurrency community, and they're bad representatives of the community. So we got to stop doing this. And speaking of irresponsibility, 3AC, we touched on it a little bit. What'd you think about all this?
Shout out to 3AC's $10 billion liquidation. I mean, honestly, I was trying. Yeah. Hold on. All right, we're not to script. Everything will be fine.
By the way, I need to share with everybody. This man spends a good amount of time on the script, and I harp on him getting the script ready. And when he comes in here with the script, I be going off the cuff most of the time.
Evan literally does not even. He's like, "Hey, dude, you gotta have the script. Never opens the script one time to even help me out. He's just like, "Hey, bro, you ready?"
Yeah, I do keep you on your toes. But speaking of irresponsibility, what 3AC, that after I saw that pop up, I'm like, oh shit. We're going to start seeing liquidation, and we're going to start seeing insolvency all across the markets now. What'd you think about 3AC when that started?
So that was just them over leveraging, resulting in forced liquidation.
Yes.
So, I mean, it is what it is. We discussed it a little earlier. Hey, get the good players out and the bad players. Wait, whoa. No. Here's what you want to do. Keep the good, get rid of the trash.
That's right.
So it is what it is. I mean, I didn't really hear of 3AC or anything of that nature, but if you're getting liquidated, something is probably not good. So, yeah, they're basically... I hate this segment.
No, you're good. 3AC over-leveraged. When they over-leveraged, what they did was they took Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then they used it as collateral for AAVE on their lending protocol. And so what happened was it was like $200-something million that they put on AAVE. Now, I can tell you right now, they were managing $18 billion in assets, and they took $220-something million and use that as collateral on the lending protocol. Problem was when the market started going down and they're over leveraged and they owe money, and they need to start paying out the pocket. They're losing money so quickly. They didn't, what are they gonna do? And so they have all this money or value that is given to them, and they got to pay back their investors or their clients or whoever. And because they're over leveraged, they have a hard time being able to pay those people back. Now,
right.
We don't know if they're going to get liquidated or if they're going to have 100% insolvency issues. But knowing that this was coming down the pipeline, right? They're saying the moment they unlock and they allow, things to start progressing, because Celsius shut things down, 3AC started stepping up. You had that thing with Solana. Binance stopped withdrawals. Like, there was so many things going on that were against the decentralization of cryptocurrency, right? By what we stand for. And all of this happens, And I mean, there's shivers running on my spine. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, when they press the play button again, what's going to happen? Are these people going to be calm? We got to stop thinking like the stock market is all I'm getting at. We can't be putting triggers. We can't be saying, oh, we got to stop the market. The market has got to go up and down. It's got to breathe. That is what a healthy market is. And what you're going to watch happen with the stock market is if they keep pumping artificial growth into the stock market, the day that things really start coming down, there is not, go ahead, turn the trigger off. Tomorrow it's going to keep going down, you know? And it's like important for our community and our market to grow organically. You're watching these other markets, they're not growing organically. They're being pumped full of value through artificial wealth that's being printed by the Fed. And now the Fed is asking for their money back and they're hiking up interest rates and you got inflation. I mean, look, people want to say, oh, decoupling. Yeah, it's going to be a long time till it happens. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Because it's a perfect storm. You got so much irresponsibility out there. Yes, it's even in our markets as well. But when it comes to the blockchain and keeping things on the blockchain and being able to go around sanctions, going around the dollar, going around the governments, going around the businesses, and being able to conduct business without their say-so or a middleman is what this is all about. And that is what is on the line. That is what we're fighting for. Is the right to be able to conduct business freely. And that is being taken away from you. Oh, we need oversight. Oh, we need regulation. Go ahead. Do it to the funds. Do it to the businesses. Do it to the people that are trying to screw everybody else because what they're doing is they're looking out for their greed instead of looking out for the community. So shout out to BitLord. Shout out to Jesse Powell. Coinbase, you better watch out, dude, because it will come around and it will eat you alive. You have to think about the community first, dude. There is fair share out here for everybody to gain value. So, you know, it's extremely, extremely infuriating knowing that this happened again, that the human error came in and the human nature of psychology came in and is again putting the markets in a very tough spot.
Right. And that's why you love Moonwalker's thread about essentially saying what we are saying. We're all in agreement. Get the bad players out, keep the good players in.
Yeah.
And I mean, all this segment is like a little bit taboo for me because I hate lending. Like I just, it's unappealing because lending provides leverage. And then you look what overly leveraging does.
Yeah.
And that's why anything involving that, I just stay away from it. I know where I'm at. I'm a pleb. Why would I lend? I'm in a good position. No lending for me. Nothing associated with lending besides a little investing in AAVE, but shout out to them. But yeah, when it comes to these exchanges getting in trouble, where do you stand on Mike Novogratz' prediction that 2/3 of crypto hedge funds will go out of business?
I agree, because you can't manage a hedge fund in cryptocurrency the way that you do in a traditional market. Crypto market is so new, and so much more volatile and so much more speculative because of the human psychology. So, you know, I absolutely agree with them. The exchanges that will succeed, look, I think Coinbase is going to be successful. They've been around for a long time. They do the game great. They got a great process on vetting coins. I think personally, okay, that's my opinion, okay? They don't just throw anything onto their exchange. I appreciate that, okay? But there are other people that are doing the same thing. So, you know, the hedge funds that are coming in here, and trying to grow with cryptocurrency, the key is to invest into the blockchain. Don't invest into the other businesses to deal with crypto. Because there's so many players that come in here not knowing what they're doing. You know, the volatility is the key. If you're controlling a hedge fund in the stock market and the stock market loses 5-10%, you know, yeah, that's a lot more value in the stock market, but your hedge fund only lost 5-10%, right? Now, if you lose, you know, 50-75% of value in the crypto market, right? Yeah, it's a smaller value overall, but it's a higher damage that it's going to do on your fund, right? The speculative nature of it, right? Some of these coins are down 90%. You know, you got a stock down 40-50%. They're like, yeah, that stock is dead. There's a huge difference in ratios here. And so that's the part for me. People are coming in here getting too greedy, think they know what's going on. You know, they got a few dubs in cryptocurrency with small values because of the volatility going upwards, and now they're the smartest person alive. Put them in front of a hedge fund. I agree with them.
All right, so following the issues with Celsius, the EU wants to hammer down on crypto regulations. I recall there was another time when the EU was trying to overly govern freedom. It led to spilt tea. I told you I didn't get to participate in a skirmish while I was in Philadelphia, but I get to in real life. So I'm ready, EU. I've got my bayonet sharpened, my musket loaded, and my crypto wallet double FA locked down. So we can dance. We can dance if you want to.
That is so good. By the way, Britain and UK is no longer part of the EU. So,
oh, yeah.
Yes, but I still agree with you because the EU be out here trying to tell us how to run our country, and for some reason our politicians like to listen to people that are on the other side of the pond. Makes no sense at all. Whatever. Same thing with the West Coast. You know, you want to listen to people on the other side of an ocean, but whatever. Look, kicking the community down while we're already hurt, that's what's happening right here. EU feels like they need to come out here and be the tough guy. Look, coming in and trying to regulate the blockchain and make cryptocurrency securities, that is where the governments are screwing up. Guys, it's simple. Regulate, watch the businesses, okay? And leave the blockchain alone. Let it grow. Let it innovate.
I agree. And by the way, Cointelegraph let us down because it seems like their website went down. So, yeah, only the strong survive unless you're a redcoat. That's about all I got for the rest of the article for that part.
By the time we receive any regulation or guidelines, the market will already be on to the next thing. Just keep it moving, folks, and continue to build. That's it. By the time they figure out what they want to do, we're already going to be on the next thing. So we move in dog years. These people move in human years. Yeah. Whatever.
Speaking of building, how about a pyramid scheme? Elon Musk, he's sued for $258 billion over Dogecoin.
Absolutely ridiculous. $250 billion. You know, you're going to be responsible for everybody else's stupidity and irresponsibility. What the hell, dude? I mean, it's crazy. It's like the woman that burnt herself with a McDonald's coffee, and then sued McDonald's and made millions off the lawsuit. Like, what is going on out here? Where's the human common sense within our judicial system? So $258 billion, Elon Musk, dude, look, you're going to get out of this. You're going to be fine. You probably got the best legal team in the world. You're one of the richest people in the world. It is what it is. We are Team Musk all the motherfucking way. Take him down, friend. Take him down.
Let's go.
Let's go.
But the SEC's number one target has been Elon. So we'll see. Yeah. But I think they made Elon mad. This is where you insert the Brock Lesnar and Elon Musk mashup gif. And then I think if anything, they rejuvenated the Doge wave. So he already tweeted out he still supports Doge. And shout out to Keith Johnson, who is a twat, which is my official name. Don't overreact. Don't cancel us.
Go ahead.
It's TWOT. It's Twitterbot. Keith Johnson. He can go. We'll just leave
twat
it a blank there. Yeah. And that's it. So this led to my hypothesis. So I think that when SpaceX finally sends people to the moon, which is probably coming here in a few years, the rocket will literally be named Doge, and then he will literally
send Doge to the moon.
And then it's going to cause a pump, baby. Then it's going to cause a pump, and then we're all going to sell, bro. Then we're all going to sell.
And then we're going to have the government buy our bags.
Yeah, just kidding. That's not financial advice, and I would never sell Doge. Why would I do that?
Yeah, we're at 5 cents.
But yeah, that was like a strange moment in time for like 10 minutes. I was like, okay, this is very, very bad. And then you talked me off the ledge. And I was like, okay, you're right. It probably
$258 billion. There's not one judge. Maybe a very, very anti-American liberal judge within a New York or California district. Sorry, don't hate me. It is what it is. I find myself right in the middle, liberal, conservative. Liberal values are good. Conservative values are good. There's good in both sides. But let me tell you something. The extremist liberal judge would be the only person that could get away with convicting Elon Musk for being in charge of the so-called pyramid scheme of Dogecoin. Get out of here, dude.
He didn't
Absolutely
create that
ridiculous.
pyramid scheme. That other guy who hates Elon did it.
Yeah, Jackson Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that's responsible. That's the true twat.
We should. Yeah, he's a Twitter bot. Of course, he's a Twitter bot. We'll have to keep making sure we say Twitter bot because I don't want to get canceled this early in my superstar career. But shout out to you because the GIFs in the article, they're always right. And whenever I find a good GIF, I'm like, yeah, it stays with you. We'll talk, have a million conversations and you'll forget half of it and I'll forget the other half. But the GIFs will always be on point.
I really want this transition right here if I could.
You can.
Thank you. There is obviously foul play on crypto out there by bigger players that have way more net worth than most of us. What happened with Terra is a great example of that. Now it's Tether. Now, hold on. Tether's bad. Tether's got these guys, and these guys are with those guys, and those guys did that with these guys. Whatever, dude. Shut up. Tether's been around for a hot minute, okay? And they will continue to pick apart our community and the crypto market as long as we let them. So our brilliant minds within the crypto space have got to get smarter. No, not smarter. We have got to continue the path forward. We keep developing. We keep making the markets better. We keep making the communities better, and we keep building. Okay. Now, Tether. Some people say it's the shit stain of stable coins. You got other stable coins to choose from. Okay. You got USDC, you got DAI. There's two right there that you can choose from that are decentralized, okay? Oh, well, they're not fully decentralized. Whatever, bro, okay? Everybody's got an opinion out here and everybody's smart. It doesn't matter if we're at the top of the markets or the bottom of the markets. You share an opinion right now in the markets. Everybody's got an opinion, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous.
But I never thought like our first... well, not our first, but at least my first three-way in the metaverse would be my portfolio being double pounded by Tether and Terra. Pretty sick threesome, huh? Sounds like a freaky time. No, you wouldn't believe how bad it was.
Yeah, dude. Terra, Tether, and Trizzy. The triple T.
Yep. Who would have thought I'm the last one to survive in this crypto market? But yeah, so Tether confirms okay, help me out. I'm a pleb. How do I say DDOS? What is
DDOS.
Oh, sick. All right. DDOS. So Tether confirms this attack, and it says that they turned on under attack mode as it receives over 400,000 increase in requests. So currently suffering. You cut that part. So the number of requests for the website increased from 2,000 to 8 million every 5 minutes early on Saturday morning. So, yeah, like we said, who knows who's doing what, but either way, the technology or the software is being tested, and it's just waiting to see if you'll crumble. I mean, from what it sounds like, hey, they're holding zero. Good enough for me. Close enough for government work, the guy said, who've just boosted up those transactions or requests. Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick,
I did not know what under attack mode is, by the way, until I read this article. You learn so much from these too easy. You know, I'm not just a part of the community. I'm learning with the community. I've learned what under attack mode was.
Real quick, warfare. Warfare used to be only on the ground. Then they brought in tanks. Then we got planes. We got boats. There's always been like an addition to warfare, right? The next war, in my opinion, right? You had nuclear bombs, you had bombers, all these different things. But the next part to warfare that we're going to see on the public stage, now, yes, it's already started to happen, but digital warfare. And here's an example of digital warfare. You know, look, I don't know if Tether is fully decentralized. I know their audits were paid for by them. I get it. They need to have a public auditor come in. I get all that. I understand all that. But what I do understand is that the cryptocurrency community is consistently under attack right now, either by slander, you know, verbally, or by people coming in and maliciously attacking projects. And you're seeing it left and right. And look, only the strong are going to survive. And crypto is like that kid that keeps getting bullied at school and no one gives a shit about it. And everyone kind of looks the other way. I look at it as crypto is being toughened up to the point where one day his success will be his revenge. Now, I am not an advocate for Tether, but I am saying the market has been attacked in so many different ways the past 6 months, and we are still standing. So shout out to Muhammad Ali and the little dance.
Yay.
You know?
Woo! Shout out to you, Crypto. We love you. Beautiful. We'll give it a clap. Thank you for surviving that storm. But either way, let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. So the president of Panama shoots down crypto bill, citing FATF guidelines. Although the president was previously called the laws innovative, his concerns regarding anti-money laundering measures has put the bill back up for debate with the government. So he was like, hey, only we can money launder. I don't know him personally, but you know who we are. We're crypto bros. We're just like, yeah, F them. They're all probably scumbags, just like they look at us.
Yeah.
But at least we got a blockchain full of transparency if you think we're scumbags. But either way, he was like, yeah, no, there needs to be anti-money laundering rules here. And it's like, yeah, no, we do have them. You know, it's just called the blockchain. So if you're looking for money laundering, it's probably when something doesn't add up on the blockchain.
Yeah.
They might just be cleaning.
Check the blockchain.
Yeah, check. No, it's that simple. But I think the true victim here is probably us, because this put a big damper on my day. I wanted to make an account that goes by Panama Anderson, whose pronouns are Bitcoin Maxi, and this was going to be a phenomenal troll account to help us get in the algorithms, because I'm tired of feeling alone, you know?
We're doing it.
So we're like, yeah, we're still going to do it.
We're doing it.
Panama
Anderson.
We're gonna use Panama Anderson to get all of our Bitcoin Maxi thoughts out there onto the internet.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the first person we're following, Max Kaiser. Real quick, the blockchain cannot be regulated. Okay. These governments have got to come to grips with that. The blockchain cannot be regulated. Okay. As long as there is internet, blockchain is accessible. It's pretty much the same as breathing. What are they going to do? Regulate your air? And I thought,
pretty much they try to.
They try to, right? The movie Lorax, O'Hare, when he figured out how to sell air and became a gazillionaire.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. I'm pretty sure I got that from the movie itself. I love this movie. But it's ridiculous. You know, I mean, if they're not getting their fair share, they want to dig their greedy pockets in. Well, hey, guess what? The only power they're going to be able to hold over cryptocurrency is on the businesses. That is what people have got to understand. They will not be able to control the blockchain. Now, bringing it all the way back around 360, Solana, very upsetting. I get it. Right and wrong. I just said, you want to let markets go. You want to let markets flourish on their own. You don't want to stifle innovation, and you can't regulate the blockchain. They voted. The community voted. So if it's in the protocol that these people have the rights to vote in the community, then when you decided to utilize Solana's ecosystem, then what is going to happen is you are accepting the knowledge of knowing that part of the protocol is centralized. Okay? Now, understanding that part is very important, because there are other projects out there that have voting rules like this. Okay? Algorand is one of them, the governance protocol. You have clout if you are a governor on Algorand. You have a vote, okay? These people in Solana, the top guys, they had a vote to stop a whale from pretty much being liquidated and then ruining the value of Solana. But this is what this is the point here that I really, really kind of wanted to get across. It's kind of a question, but it's a fact. You have an entire ecosystem, the Solana NFT network, okay? You have all these people around the world utilizing it, bringing value into these DAOs and these projects, okay? This man gets liquidated and then starts losing all of his value, and he leveraged that value, right? I mean, is it going to take it to zero? I don't know if it's going to take it to zero. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know the repercussions of it. I don't know the future. But what I do know is that there were rumors, right, that the whale that had all this value leveraged in their Solana wallet, he voted to stop it too, right? And so now that's a rumor. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. Somebody hit me with it, whatever. This was just something that came up, so it didn't make the article, okay? But people are mad about it. People are mad about it because we want decentralization, and that is important. So if you're mad about Solana, guess what? Algorand's got a great NFT platform they're trying to build. And dude, I really like the wallet that you introduced me to. It's really cool. You can look at your NFT 3D. You know, there's plenty of other opportunity out here in the market. Stop thinking there's only one player is all I'm getting at. So, yeah, bringing that 360.
All right, so to now bring it back 180, if you can do your math and you know trigonometry, we're back here. We're at actually 180 again. That's pretty freaking trippy, am I right? But either way,
Right.
When you're talking about voting, I can't help but to keep hammering this home. I'm like, hey, how about instead of a U.S. digital, what am I trying to say? Instead of a CBDC by the government, I think that their voting should be as transparent as the Solana voting was.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, how simple would that be? Oh, that'll end debates if your vote's just on the blockchain and we can all see it. And if we are, controlled by the people and our votes
That's right.
make the decisions, I think it's pretty simple.
Touchy conversation, dude. But you're absolutely right. Look, you need an ID to go buy a pack of cigarettes or to buy a bottle of liquor, okay? And they're saying you don't need a voter ID. You don't need an ID to vote, okay? And I know you're talking about other voting, but this is a full circle here. What the blockchain allows you to do is put things on a ledger to be able to know who did what and who's representative or who did what when they did it, okay? And putting politics on the blockchain would bring accountability to the political world. So that's the part that we're all pissed off about in America is we don't trust our political system. We don't trust our government. Right. And people that do, they look lost. They do. And I don't mean that in a harsh way. And I'm not trying to dog on nobody. I'm not trying to say a left or right. I'm just trying to say right now we're living in a time of up and down. This is a spiritual warfare of right and wrong, and we can't keep pushing. We can't keep pushing down this way. We gotta open up and embrace the future and whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, we'll get on their good side because we're going green right now.
Hey.
You know who else is going green? You know who else is going green?
Who's
we
going
got
green?
Filecoin is going vegan.
Let's go.
So, in conjunction with the Filecoin Foundation, they're excited to announce the launch of a $1 million grant program in support of regenerative finance or ReFi. We had DeFi, now we got ReFi as well. So, aiming to bring the economic system into a healthier alignment with the natural world. The grants program is an expansion of the Filecoin Green mission that aims to measure environmental impacts of Filecoin and verifiably. Oh shoot! Now this is where the classes aren't helping me, bro.
5 syllables.
Yeah, whatever that word is, you get it. It's green people stuff. I'm green. If I was blue, I would die. Remix. So yeah, all right, they're going green. Okay, we get it. Everything with regulation, it's all going to have to be, clean for the energy. I freaking love Mother Earth. I don't want to damage it. I know chemistry. Freaking CO2 is bad. It heats up the place. It's freaking bad, dude. I'm not cool with that. We're going healthy though. So yeah, we get it. Everybody is going to go green. Shout out to Algorand. Shout out to VeChain. Those are a couple of my favorites that are already green. But
favorites. Filecoin. Real quick. Somebody earlier was talking about how difficult it would be to on-ramp data into the tokenized economics and scale it. Okay? Check it out. Let's bring that in layman terms. Being able to take the data from the stock market and put it on the blockchain, to be able to scale that amount of data, you need the right project. You wanna think about that for a second? Isn't that brilliant? Think about that. Think about the amount of data in the stock market. They're gonna need something that's fast enough to be able to keep that data up. Think about it. because tokenized economics is coming. We know it, right? And if we know tokenized economics is coming down the pipeline, then we understand that we're going to have to unwrap the data of other markets. Well, who's someone out there, project, Filecoin, that can on-ramp that amount of data and store it on the blockchain? Boom, dude. And they're going green? Bro, Filecoin under 10? Is that a buy? I don't know. NFA, friend. NFA.
DYOR. But what I can tell you is data is completely more complex than it seems to be. I'm like, yeah. Have you ever tried to delete your storage on your Mac and you're like, okay, so I threw everything in the trash. It's all gone. We should be good. I should be able to save this podcast. It's like, nope. You're actually still full. And I'm like, what do you mean, data? I threw you in the trash. I ejected the trash. I made it go away. It did the crumply paper sound, and it's gone. Can I save my podcast now? It's like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, Filecoin, I'm going to need you guys here. If you could just do me one favor, do that.
Yeah, help with the podcast, please. Hey, let's hit this last article because it's my favorite. Through all the nuttiness this week, there is one article that got me way more hyped than anything else, and that is NFT trading volume surges amid market and floor price crash. Look, NFTs are one of the many utilities of cryptocurrency, and during a huge hit to the market, NFTs kept on kicking.
Speaking of nutty, I can just see it in your face how excited you are to talk about NFTs. We've been on our grind. We've been on our grind. So, shout out to us on the NFT grind. I bought a few Solana NFTs and my first NFT on Ethereum, as well as my first one on Algorand. Yeah, shout out to us. We're freaking NFT guys now.
NFT guys, yes. I've really been introduced to the Solana NFT network and our community, and I'm very grateful for everyone that I'm being introduced to, the communities I'm learning about. And it is difficult to know which ones are the rugs and which ones aren't. But if you can really get on board with a really good project with good people and get a community behind that project, you're going to have a lot of value in it. And so I am all about decentralization. So any part of any market that has less government oversight in it, I'm all about it. So when I started diving into the Solana network this week and I started thinking to myself, wow, these people are bringing in tons of value and the government ain't got a thing to say about it. They cannot regulate. The only thing they can do is turn off the internet and shut down Discord.
And if they turn off the internet, hey, shout out to Elon Musk, Starlink, baby.
Starlink, checkmate.
So it is what it is. I'm not trying to get him in troubles, but we know what it is.
We know what it is.
I mean, I really don't know, so don't interrogate me and torture me because I don't know a freaking thing.
Yeah. Let's torturing, burning at the stake. It's a great transition. Boom, bang, bop. Giordano Bruno was burned at the stake for saying the earth revolved around the sun. Cryptocurrency is freedom of finance and the financial revolution is here. I would burn at the stake for this. And dude, genuinely, I mean that because I will do anything in my power as one person to be able to show the world about decentralized finance. The banks screwed so many people and damn near destroyed the freedom, and these greedy people damn near destroyed this country. And here we are, fast forward, and these similar mistakes are happening again. And last week you said it perfectly. Hey, how did Bitcoin act during the last recession?
You said that Bitcoin and crypto has never experienced a recession because it was created because of a recession.
That's exactly right. And the irresponsibility of others is what created the white paper of Bitcoin. And so I'm diehard crypto. I'm an addict because I watch things happen in my own family, as you can attest to those same things in your own personal life. It is enough to shake the very core and the fiber of who I am as a person and make it where I want to stand for something. And this is something I can get behind because they can't shut down the internet. They can't stop the developers. okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to arrest people in all these different international countries around the world at the same time and try to collect their computers and shut down the blockchain?
All
Think
over a
about it,
bunch of
dude.
JPEGs?
All over. Yeah. And you have all these computers around the world with the blockchain on and nodes on their computers. And you're telling me you're going to be able to scoop all those up and shut them down and regulate it? Guys, can we use some common sense? You talked about the three main food groups of FUD, right? Environment, right? They got a problem with the environment. It's too volatile and only criminals use it. Okay, you know what? Guess what? I'm all about the volatility. I love the environment and I'm not a criminal. Okay? Look, Netflix had volatility. S&P 500 got volatility. Okay, we had volatility in the 1920s, in the 80s. Okay, we had it in 2008. We got volatility. The world is a volatile place. If I walk up to you and I say, hey, fuck you, I could expect a very volatile situation of a fist entering my face. Okay? Volatility. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's so, bro.
And then,
go ahead.
and then with criminals, I mean, only only the stupid criminals are using crypto to do bad things. I mean, you might as well just go to the FBI right now and just be like, yeah, no, I did it. We're gonna make these prices look appealing. All right. So speaking of conviction, you either have conviction, or you're basically, a convict. A convict of conviction, a convict of conviction, because you bought at the top and you're like, well, dude, I don't know what to freaking do. I'm holding to zero. Well, guess what, dude? Bitcoin under 22K.
Hey,
love it.
We're making it. We're making it. Nice little bounce back off of 16K. People wanted 20K. They got 20K. Are they buying here? You got 16K. Did you buy there?
Yeah. You know all the people, they're like, oh, if Bitcoin gets to this price, I am buying. And then it gets to that price, they're like, nope, I think it's going to go down just a little further.
Yeah. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. All right, brother.
When we're at 10K, I'm going to grow a pair of nuts and I'm going to probably press buy.
And then we're back at 69K. Yeah, I'm going to buy some now.
Yeah,
I don't want to miss out.
You got to, bro. You got to. We're going to the moon.
Now. Going to the moon. All right, dude, for sure.
Mia Khalifa and the lady from Celsius is like, yeah, we're all going to the moon.
Buy.
all right. Shout out to actually, never mind. Shout out to Alex. She said, no, I can't be nice. I'm allowed to have certain enemies, and I can't bring up Mia Khalifa anymore. But it is what it is.
All right. Well, bringing up the next one, Ethereum. What are we looking under 1,100?
I mean, if you can get it under 1,100, that is great, because under 1,300, yeah, Bitcoin under 22K, Ethereum under 1,300. These are mandatory if you're a crypto person, not financial advice. But I mean, there's a couple loonies who would disagree. What do you think of Ethereum in these ranges?
I mean, we're getting close. We got told that the test of Ethereum transferring to DeFi protocol is working out. When you go to your MetaMask wallet, you have the option to choose now the I think it's Rothstein or whatever network, which is the Ethereum DeFi network. And it's a test network, I think. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm seeing these things, and I mean, hey, don't discount it. Do not discount it. So,
I mean, I definitely took advantage of this Ethereum range, and I swiped that lunatic for the low. Shout out to that paper-handed beach. That's BEACH, so I didn't cuss. But we totally missed an opportunity to play that BitLord part with the, can we bring it back? All right, so here's our boy Crypto BitLord. Here's what he's got to say about the bottom.
That was the bottom. Like, that was the bottom. It is time to buy and cry or fucking die when it comes to Bitcoin. Like, get in now. The next stop is $25,000. Like, get in. YOLO. It's on, folks. Like, stop ignoring this shit. Like, if you've waited long enough.
So next we got Cardano under 55 cents.
Ooh, is still staking. Got the most amount of wallets staking, right? The most amount of most amount.
No, you got
of
it. That was it. Like the most wallets staking.
staking. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. So they're the community with the most amount of wallets staking. At least they were in the beginning of this year. And obviously, as time goes on, people need liquidity. So I don't know if it's still the same, but I mean, there are a lot of Cardano holders and believers. So I mean, people out here screaming, "Yo, Cardano's got to die. Yo, Ethereum's got to die. No, this has got to die." Look, if it's got tech, if it works, it's got a community, and they continue to build, they're going to continue to exist. It is what it is.
Right. Next, we got Solana under $45.
I think this one's just super important for your portfolio because you got an entire NFT community that's gonna prop up the price until those people stop believing in the utility of the Solana network and NFTs. I don't see this thing. I just see a great opportunity here. You know, I mean, I bought it. I bought Solana this past week. I bought Solana, Zcash, and Bitcoin.
Yep.
Those were my three. So.
Yeah, I bought a bag of Solana too, just for the NFT. Like I said, we went on our little
Same.
run. I think that I'm going to go a little out of order here, but I think it's relevant. So Algorand under 40 cents.
Love it. I mean, that's really all I got to say about it. I'm kind of being patient right now to see how the governance protocol does work, especially with paying out the rewards. But I did my first round of voting on it. They voted on a couple of measures, which the first one I was down with. They're talking about when they bring in bigger players, they get more weight on the voting. I believe that's fair to a certain extent. You know, if they're in here and they're developing and they're doing good for the ecosystem and hold a lot of weight with how much Algorand they hold, then yeah, why not get a stronger voice? I can understand that. Now, does that make it a little less centralized? Well, it depends on the communities, right? It depends on which projects get more weight. So we'll see. But I love Algorand, dude. I mean, it's just the blockchain speed is what I love about it, and the fees, you know? So
Right. And we're learning there, like I talked about. I mean, you as well. We got our first NFTs. We got to learn how that market works and how the blockchain works. But where I wanted to tie all of this back around was, you got Cardano and Solana, Algorand. There's a few others, but you got all these other layer one blockchains. And I mean, I try to evaluate it and I try to stay balanced. Solana, we're so heavy in there because of the NFTs. Algorand, I mean, that one's like a tough one because I was in it so early and my bag was so heavy of Algorand early. I'm like, I've been shown it a little love, but then you got Cardano, which also looks like a steal. How do you ever evaluate any buys like that?
I really evaluate my buys based on my convictions, honestly. Like when we get to these points in the markets, whatever I believe in the most is what I'm buying the most.
Right.
I mean, I know that sounds like a little bit of oh, well, yeah, duh.
No, I think that's perfect. I mean, that's just the too easy kind of mindset, And I think you did great at talking about it with the group last week. Is exactly how you said it. This isn't where you really want to be experimenting. This is where you want your conviction to show.
Yes.
Show your true conviction. I love Algorand. I think Algorand goes one out of those three for me. I mean, fundamentally, I love Algorand, but like Solana, I mean. We just are so involved in those NFTs. I don't know if we want to shout them out. Shout out to the Core DAO. They're teaching us some game.
Hey,
They're teaching us some game.
I'm a big Core guy. I'm a big Core DAO guy. Big fan.
It's an honor. It's an honor to serve on the Core. But then I Googled that. I was going to use that, and then I was like, oh, it's Corp. But you get it.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, dude, it feels really good to be a part of a group and a community of like-minded individuals. Kind of on the same wavelength and interested. What I find out is there's so many communities out there that are just pro one single coin or project, and I think you and I really strive to bring crypto as a whole to all these communities. Like, hey, I know you're a Solana guy, but have you heard about Zcash? Have you heard about Chainlink? Have you heard about Cosmos? Have you heard about any Algorand. What else do you know about him? Oh, well, I ain't got the time for it. Well, I mean, I don't know if you ain't got the time for it, dude. I mean, if you got the time to be diving into one singular project and putting all your eggs into one basket, which is a very terrible investing strategy, it is a very terrible investing strategy, putting all your eggs in one basket, right? So why not diversify? Now, oh, well, I'm diversified in all these NFT projects. Okay, I get that. What if the Solana guy got liquidated and then next thing you know, it did something catastrophic to the Solana price and it just didn't bounce back? And now you're sitting there with a value that you couldn't believe it's at because you didn't diversify. So that's really why we go through these crypto moves every week is to bring everybody kind of together on, hey, there's a lot of market out here. There's a lot of fair share of value to be earned. So start diving into them. Another great example, Dogecoin. You know, what I love about Dogecoin and the foundation, the Dogecoin Foundation has got Vitalik on the foundation. Then you got Elon Musk completely headfirst diving into it, right? Elon Musk has 6 assets that he owns. He owns SpaceX, he owns Tesla, he owns the Odd Company or whatever it's called, and then he owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. Those are his assets that he owns. That's what he said out loud. Okay, maybe
he literally
maybe
doesn't even own a house.
Literally, no.
No, he said he like couch surfs. That's his way. I mean, bro, you see how he moves around. He's got all these different places. He literally was like, yeah, no, I couch surf.
Dude, I'll be honest. I moved into this itty bitty apartment and I love it because it's all about location. And I really like it because it's kind of that mentality of I got to get out of here. I got to go see the world. I can't be cooped up in a box. And then I come back in here and it's like an office. It's work, and that, I know kind of
it's like a nest of productivity.
That's right.
But we'll get back to it. So this is what brought so many people to the market was Doge. So, I mean, we're still out here. We're saying Doge under 7 cents.
Love it.
After all that Elon Musk stuff I said earlier, I mean, I think that's enough. But
yeah,
what I can never have enough of as of late is, of course, besides Alex, shout out Alex, is Chainlink. I freaking love Chainlink. Chainlink under $9.
Shout out to the Marines. Shout out to the Corps.
Yeah. See, I serve the Corps and I serve the corpse.
Brought it back. Chainlink under 10. I mean, what do you have it under 7, under 8?
I said under 9, but just
9.
because when I'm making these prices, I'm like, okay, what puts these on like a somewhat equivalent path if you were to diversify like we diversify our portfolios?
Right.
So Link under 9, I love Link under 9 as much as I love Bitcoin under 22. I mean, to be honest,
I remember when it was at 50 cents. So hey, you're still up. What is that? 10 times. So, I am so about Chainlink. They're upgrading hopefully to their own main net, and they're gonna go DeFi. They're gonna go bring a staking protocol. Can't think of a better project for that to happen than Chainlink. Another project that's gonna help scale the masses, and they're definitely gonna help with more of the business side. So. That conversation earlier talking about scaling data within the market when it comes to the stock market being tokenized. Dude, there's just so much out here that is going to be able to scale that to happen. So I love Chainlink. I love Chainlink.
Right. And I literally say it every week how much I love Chainlink and Cosmos. We got Atom under $9 as well. It just, both of these under 9. When I first became an addict of buying Chainlink and Atom, I wouldn't have thought I was going to get them under 9. I would have said, you're freaking crazy, because I was feeling the euphoric feeling.
Yeah.
But yep, Atom, can't comment it on enough. I mean, the value you get for that staking, 17% right now.
Crazy.
I mean,
and Cosmos was my biggest win last round. And thank God New Cipher was really my biggest win. But Cosmos, it's such a huge win because you're staking at 17%. You got blockchain to blockchains, and it's a real project full of tech. So I'm a big fan.
And next we got Flow under $2. So
Oh,
I mean, man,
brutal.
you brought it, and I was like such a skeptic of it. I was like, bro, these guys are like, I mean, I can't confirm, but when I was learning about it, it was just some guy talking, and it looked like it was in Miami, somewhat like close to the Bitcoin conference time. And I was like, dude, this is just another twat, and I'm not referring to Twitter bot, but I was like, holy cow. I mean, Flow, I have conviction in Flow. I mean, that's why it's on the list. All these partnerships, I'm going to look like an idiot with a lot of big names if I took away from Flow. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I take the price action away. I mean, it's a newer project. When you come entering the market at a downturn, yeah, the chart's probably going to look like freaking trash.
Yeah, but I mean, I got tons of faith in it. Flow is pushing towards having mainstream NFTs run on their blockchain. If anybody can do it, why not them? I understand it. There's going to be different styles of NFT communities within each blockchain. And so Flow is trying to capitalize on the mainstream names that we all know. Tezos, great transition to the next one. Tezos is trying to do the same thing, but not with mainstream. They're just trying to create an NFT community. Who are they going to bring in? Well, this is my theory. I've thought about this, and I have given this a little bit of thought because every time we get to Tezos, we don't bring up their NFT community really. We kind of just every once in a while touch on it. But Tezos does a huge marketing campaign in, ready, South Florida. Okay? South Florida is a crypto hub. It is, especially with Bitcoin and especially in Miami. And I think what Tezos is going to kind of do is bring in that culture of South Florida, which is a bumping vibe, dude. You know, I mean, you got...
Yeah, shout out to Kodak Black.
Yeah, shout out to Kodak Black. It is a party 24 hours out there. It's almost, it's almost partially Vegas. And pretty much what I'm getting at is Tezos could lock down a certain style of market, right? To get into a club, you need an NFT. Boom, Tezos Marketplace is a great place to do that. Very secure blockchain, quick and fast. Staking is great. The only thing that gets me with Tezos is their fees. And that's the same thing with Cardano. Like to claim your staking costs like a quarter of a Cardano, one Cardano or 180A or a half a 80A or something like that, just to claim your staking. And so fees is where the next conversation, it's scalability, right? Scalability is an issue, and then fees is an issue. And we're going to continuously go down this route as we continue to scale to the masses. But guys, Tezos has been around for a while. It's like the granddaddy of staking. And I was the very first one to offer rewards on Coinbase, or Coinbase offer rewards with Tezos. And Tezos was the one that I realized about passive income through cryptocurrency. So dude, Tezos is out here. They're going to be around for a long time. You got to think about the ones that are working under the hood and are continuously marketing themselves and branding themselves. They're on McLaren's F1 Formula car, dude. Come on, Tezos.
Yeah. And when you were talking about the clubs, my brain just went to like, whoa, can we get a club where we just all wear like, the silent disco, but like you wear like a VR headset and then you just look like your NFT, and I'm getting like drunk. I'm getting freaking wrecked. And I'm dressed up as my Australian, Croc. Shout out to Algorand and the Irwin family.
Yeah.
I bought that NFT. We saved the zoo this week. What did you do for your freaking continent your world or whatever it's called?
Community.
But yeah, I'm just like, heck yeah, dude. Then I can talk in my Australian accent. Heck yeah.
When I was in Australia, they and I guarantee every Australian is going to say this is so cringe, but I'm American, so I can do it. They hated when you go, Aussie, 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 oi, 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 and you're an American and they hear you say it. They're just like, oh, hell no. You can just see it in their face. It was terrible. But shout out to the land down under. We got great vibes this week. Yes, it was a bad week this past week, but Troy and I discussed how this is really just an opportunity for the ones that are going to stay true to their convictions. So bringing it all back around to the beginning. I'm going to close out on this. Conviction. We talk about it every week about the exciting nature of cryptocurrency and what it has to offer for people around the world that want freedom and that want to be financially free. And here's your opportunity. And I'm excited for the future. If you're entering this space, you need to be paying attention to who's talking negative and who is going to work right now. The ones that are going to work and just kind of minding their own and developing something better is the ones you want to be paying attention to. And there's plenty of projects that come to mind when I say that. But here we are. People were buying at 69K, saying we're going to 100, and here we are at 20K, just touched 16K. And people are scared to press that buy button because they think we're going lower. Find your faith. Grab your nuts. Believe in yourself.
Yep. This is the time to be building that foundation of your conviction.
Yep. Absolutely. So thank you very much for tuning in for episode 23. We are excited. We are 7 away from our goal. Episode 30. We will see you soon. Trizzy, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. See you later. It was nice chatting with you.